and believe that information opens something up-ended pause in front of me. It's like every time I went to sleep, everything I was doing uninformed, I was like, damn, what would I have done if I had that information? I was like, damn, I wouldn't even have to go through that shit. Damn, I wouldn't even have to fuck her. I wouldn't even have to go to her house. I wouldn't even been hood hopping, seeing her at night. Man, she wasn't even attractive, but she gave me somewhere to sleep and she cooked. All right, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things a person wouldn't even do. Okay? I would start seeing the real. I was like, man, I'm ashamed at myself. I'm ashamed. Okay? All that uninformed mumbo jumbo, all them motherfucking jobs. I would lie on the damn application. Didn't want to be there. I used to work in the motherfucking freezer. Hands be fucking freezing off and shit. You got to go buy special. I mean, this is before they tell you. I go to the job, lying on the resume. Then they say, hey, make sure you bundle up. Me thinking bundle up is me go just buy some cheap ass gloves from Walmart. Go in the goddamn freezer. Got the hands be freezing this shit. I'm like, oh, hell nah. Okay? Then you got to go buy more expensive. I'm like, man, I wouldn't even have to do that uninformed shit. No offense to those that still doing it. Okay? But I would definitely want a guy like me to tell me this if this is what I was doing. Okay? Trust and believe. All right? Again, my life was just flashing in front of me every time I slept. It's like I would just get some type of frame point that happened in my past life of something I went through. And like, damn, it's like little parts of my DNA was just opening. All right? So in my mind, I'm like, yo, let me keep reading. Let me goddamn, what? Man, I love this shit. This some new shit. Friend, I started having it, not intentionally, but I just stopped talking to certain people. Because when you get on the phone with certain people, it's like, man, I want to hear this, man. Hear that goofball ass shit, man. You still got them going through that shit, man. What? That's what we was going through fucking 6 years ago, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like certain things like that. I started isolating and then I seen my elevation. I try to tell folks, once you isolate, meaning you don't got to call everybody and say, fuck you. I don't talk to no, you don't got to do that, y'all. I'm saying just go your own path and just see what happens. That's why I'm saying get out the driver's seat, get into that passenger seat, and let these laws take you where they're supposed to take you. All right, straight up, trust and believe. You trying to overlove somebody, that shit is not gonna do nothing. Y'all, I have tried it. Just to let y'all into my life a little bit. Y'all, I have tried it. I have literally tried to bring back people from, we're gonna say from the dead. All right, try to put them on payroll. Pay them to go motherfucking read. I mean, all you gotta do is wake the fuck up and read. And then tell me what you have read at the end of the goddamn week. Some of this pay ranged for $400 a week. Some was getting $2,000 a week. All right. If you didn't know no better, you would think I had a prostitution ring going on. All right. Because I damn sure wasn't paying no guys. So it was all women that I was paying. Because in my mind, I was like, if I can somehow just knock out all the obstacles and get them all on the right task, all right, I'm going to have them all under one umbrella, and we're going to all have one main goal, all right, and that's to help as many people as we can showing results, all right. But then I started saying, like, wait a fucking minute. They just taking my money. Wait a fucking minute. Then you start asking them questions. They start saying some crazy shit like, "Well, you know, when the bill act, because when people, you know, if a person's studying by their conversation, that's why it's hard to fool a wise person, or it's hard to fool a reader." Okay, and I'm not saying this for a woman to hop in my. You can pay me to read. You know how many women have told me that? Okay, shut up. Okay? You shouldn't have to get paid to fucking read. That's depressing in itself right there. That's degrading in itself. Make somebody having to pay you to read. Man, that's embarrassing. What? I'd be like, man, you ain't gotta pay me to read. What the fuck? I can read. Think about it. Because folks just be looking for a job. You can pay me, bro. I'm gonna read. Sit down. Pay your goddamn self to read. Okay? Straight up, man. I be cussing, man. What? Man, I wish y'all could be a fly on the wall in my life sometimes, man. Y'all think this is funny. Oh my God. I'm talking about I be getting the slave cries like, why? Why are you doing this? And I'll be like, why aren't you reading? Why aren't you reading? Click! Get the fuck off my phone. The hell? What? What is your capacity in the contract? Do you have capacity of a borrower, or do you have capacity of a creditor? Think about it. How have you been handling the account? Have you been paying on the account? My friend, you have capacity of a borrower. Okay? So remember, the contract is not fraud. It's the fact that you don't know what it's saying. That's the problem, family. The capacity. Okay, you're lacking capacity. All right, so we got legality, mutuality, offer. We got, what did we just say? Capacity. Fifth one. I'm missing one. I'm missing two. I already know one. I'm trying to keep that one for last. Where my mentees at? Where my mentees at? Mentees. We already said capacity. Mentees. Where you at, mentees? Mentees. Acceptance. Okay, meaning there was acceptance somewhere, right? Meaning that contract got accepted, right? Yes, because there's bills that have been issued. All right, and my favorite one is consideration. Meaning, these are the requirements for a contract, family. Meaning, if even in agreement, there must be consideration. Do you want to know what consideration is? Meaning, a valuable consideration. Meaning, you didn't sign that document to not receive something, or did you? That's for you to decide. That's not for them to decide. That's for you to decide. Meaning, if you're sitting there right now like, man, what consideration are you talking about? That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. Not to beat you down, but just to kind of inform you. Like, that should tell you a lot. Because if you didn't receive any valuable consideration, the next question is, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the valuable consideration? Some of y'all saying, I didn't receive any. Yes, you did. You did receive valuable consideration. Imagine me giving you something and you didn't know what to do with it. Imagine me giving you the valuable consideration and you don't know what to do with it. Really think about that. Exactly. Everything is an equivalent exchange. Meaning, if you gave them an application, it was an equivalent exchange for that account. That account is prepaid. But the issue is, you haven't came forth to express the prepayment. You are literally repaying, and you're okay with it. You have literally built a whole life behind a repayment, not prepayment, a repayment, meaning you're paying it again. So instead of expressing the prepayment, you're living life from a repayment, a borrower standpoint. Okay? Because the only way you'll be living your true form is from a creditor's capacity. And if you're not doing that, you're giving unearned interest, meaning you're giving donations. Meaning they're issuing you a positive credit every month, and you looking at that motherfucker like it's a bill and getting mad and saying, man, god damn, and going to work or trapping or go stealing and robbing all and saying I gotta do it for my kids, all that weak ass shit. And then you go get the money and then you go pay a bill that's already fucking paid. Then you try to keep that life up, and that life, it does not have a long-term graduation rate. Nobody graduates from that life. Even those that worked the job for 20 years and got a 401k, they're still affected by that lifestyle. All right? They're so tired that they don't even want to learn nothing new. They say, man, you know, I done lived my life. You have not lived your life. You have lived an uninformed life. Okay? I know it's sad to say, but it needs to be said. Okay? Like, straight up. I would want to hear this if I was 50, 60, like right now. Like, oh, damn. Shit. I knew all that shit I was doing was putting up. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of y'all felt like that, man. All that hard work, man. It was hard work because it was unnecessary. It was hard work because it was unnecessary. You just didn't know how unnecessary it was, but your soul was telling you. Because I know my soul was telling me every job I went to, man, this ain't it. I don't know what life is, but this ain't it. I don't know what life is, but I know damn sure I ain't come out no vagina to come goddamn punch no motherfucking clock. And I know I ain't supposed to be out here goddamn just serving. Okay? Straight up. I'm supposed to be out here receiving. I'm God's child. God's children ain't no goddamn debtors. That's the devil's child. That's the debtors. You know what I'm saying? So when they be calling me a demon, I was like, well, what the fuck mirror you looking at? Because you the demon, motherfucker. I'm God's child. I'm doing the righteous work. I'm exercising my rights. They say in God we trust, and by golly, by J. Willikers, okay, I am definitely performing. Okay, straight up. All right. So in all contracts, you need to have valuable consideration. Meaning you might not have claimed that valuable consideration in the beginning of the contract. You might not claim that valuable consideration in the middle of the contract. You might not have claimed that contract at the end, or you might not have claimed that valuable consideration at the end of the contract. Okay, that's okay because you can always have. What did we say in 1962? What's one of the who been paying attention? What did we say in 1962 drop? One of the basic. What can you always do? Who been paying attention? Who been paying attention? Who been paying attention? Who just been laughing? Redress. Exactly. You can always redress. All right. So when folks say I charge for a class, I also show you how to go get your money. But you can't do that until you redress the contract. Redress. That's a lot of folks' homework, okay? All right, I want you to really learn what the right to redress means. Okay? It's not about your clothing. This is about your business clothing. All right, how do you look? What kind of apparel you got on? What's your capacity? Are you fresh or do you look like a bum? Okay, because you got to come clean if you're going to operate in this capacity. All right to redress. The right to redress. All right, and always remember, once you know the basic of a contract, now you can talk about the contract. You see how we just made some gains right there? We have learned the 6 elements of a contract. All right, so this is what we are learning in our mentorship that's happening this month. So I'm just kind of giving y'all like a sneak peek of a little bit of what we're learning. All right, so once you understand what a contract is, okay, now you can start to break down the contract. Now you can start saying, okay, what didn't happen like it was supposed to happen in the contract? Okay, damn, there we go right there. I can pinpoint the exact date that they sent back to me saying they are not honoring this expression or not honoring this negotiable instrument. Okay, so if I have that circle and I have that evidence, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my file. Keep a copy for myself. All right, because I know I'm going to use this when I go submit this to court. All right, now I'm going to send me another letter. All right, I'm going to title that opportunity to cure. Okay, all this is public information. All right, this is not secret information. All right, but again, you need to understand what this saying. You can't just copy. No, y'all say, well, he said put this at the top. You need to understand what it's saying, family. Okay, because everything that's being done is for investigation. All right, we're playing chess. We're not playing checkers. A lot of y'all are playing checkers. You send one letter, hopefully some shit change. No, you're playing chess. This is a chess game. Can you share about the birth certificate bonds? No need to. What you gonna do with it? Go cash it? For what? For what? Why? What's the reasoning? What's the why? What's the purpose? And people want to know, like, I want to know how much is in my master account. Why? What's the purpose? Folks trying to find ways to liquidate accounts. Why? What's the purpose? Folks talking about TDA accounts. Why? What's the purpose? Let's talk about it. Yeah, it's yours, but what are you going to do with it? Just because it's yours don't mean you can just do whatever you want with it. See, that's the ego in us. Like, it's mine. I need to know. Yeah, you should. Why don't you already know? You see what I'm saying? Think about it. If that's the energy you have, why don't you already know this? I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just asking you a real legitimate question. Why find out? I've been stopped trying to find out. I seen that my phone bill was revolving. It was like 17 million. I got a Fidelity account, so I was able to see how much that account was revolving for, how much equity was revolving on that account, and they told me 17 million. Then I started like, damn, how can I look at it? And I was like, man, whoa. I'm gonna leave it there. What the fuck I'm gonna do with it? Take it all, like it didn't ruin the account? Like, that's no. I'm gonna leave that there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a TDA account. Why don't I talk about TDAs? Because I can endorse a bill. My TDA account never comes into play when I'm endorsing my rent, when I'm endorsing or beating eviction, or if I'm endorsing my fucking phone bill, if I'm endorsing my utility bill. They sending me a bill, I accept it, transfer it back. If they don't play fair, I go ahead and file a lawsuit against them. And they don't never go all the way. You see what I'm saying? Now, is it going to happen for you like that? Probably not. Yeah, like people trying to go get the liquidated cash instead of using the credits. That shows a person's capacity. That money is not to be you. Because I asked one person, what you going to do with the money? Oh, I'm going to buy some houses and go start real estate and go build me a community. Like, what? What? So you think you got to go do all that just to do that? Because you do know people are doing that without doing all that, right? Well, I just want it in my possession. And put it where? Where you going to put it at? Folks have no reasoning. I had to slow my roll too. So that's why I'm just telling folks, like, you got to know the reason of why you want things. TDA accounts get you the double up on dividends checks though, right? Tag somebody that's doing it. Tag somebody that has it. Tag somebody that uses their TDA account to pay all their bills. Don't tag nobody that's using it for one account. Because I never understood. This is what I never understood. I never understood this. How you could do that for one account, but you haven't did it for all your accounts. Because I've endorsed my bills for all my accounts. It's the same goddamn process. This wasn't different from this. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, what is going on? That would just be the process. All right, that would just be the process. Okay? Because my thing is, when I'm reading the law, I don't say nothing about no TDA account. Okay? Like, and plus, once you get it in that TDA account, man, you don't use that, family. Oh, man. Man, that's why, man. Sold out 88. 8, man. Folks ain't. Because my thing is with that, man, you ain't no playing around with that, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that to scare nobody, but y'all, that fuck around if you want to, you're gonna be facing security fraud. And you think they're gonna hear you say, well, you know, I didn't know, I just I didn't know, I didn't. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. No law says you have to do that. They say TDA is a Treasury direct account, is a direct connect to the United States Treasury. Is it? Is it now? Hey, I ain't trying to step on no toes. I'm just asking a real question. Is it? Who's running Treasury Direct? When I cash in bonds. Can somebody please tag somebody that has successfully cashed in a bond and are utilizing the funds for another account? Cash in bonds. Do y'all hear that? And at this time, this is when I stopped following people. I was just really in my own head. All right, I stopped following people. I stopped listening to people. They were saying, it was so many people saying this in different groups. We got to go do that. We got to go do this. We got to cash this out, cash. Because I was hearing the same shit. That's why I'm like, man, dropped all that. I said, whatever I don't read in this law that I'm reading about endorsement, okay, I'm not doing it. Okay, and from that standpoint, family, like remedy has been thrown at me. All right, remedy has been thrown at me. Okay, here. Companies make it so easy. It's not because they make it easy, it's because I'm aware of what's going on. Now, everything is just simple. Like once man knows, I gotta fight too, family. Okay, like that. They don't. I'm not a fucking celebrity. Like even you, just because you're a celebrity, don't mean anything. Like they don't give a fuck about nothing. All right, do you know how to endorse this bill? And do you know how to slap us on the wrist if we don't honor your endorsed bill? That's really the two questions. You can't just have one without the other. Do you know how to endorse properly? And do you know how to enforce when they don't accept? I said TDA, you just all your accounts numbers to the endorse and instruct them to pay to the order. Okay, that sounds. Oh yeah, that sounds cool right there. I'm hearing people saying they use the TDA to cash their bills in. You know what I'm saying? I was just like a bunch of different stuff I'm hearing. I'm like, man, what?